limits of the battlefield, and the last sight for many skilled pilots. This is the Reaper Squad. History. The history of the Reaper Squad is the same as its leader, Jay. Clones made to carry out, as we know, the secret plan. However, unlike Jay, who would remain a cultivator for some time, the three known members, N, J, and D, seem to have already been turned into phantasma beings. This idea comes from page 38 in the Armored Corps Verdict Day book, The After, which reads, "Eventually, when the Great War ended, the role of the subjects came to an end. Their conscious hardware was sealed away in a facility." It's from this we can suggest this is what happened to the three known members, while J seems to become one much later on during the events of Armored Corps Verdict Day. As for the other members, their time in the story of Armored Corps Verdict Day is quite short. As such, I will take us through them one by one, adding in Magnolia later on, as she herself would join the squad much later in the story. We shall start with N. Some of what I'm about to read to you comes from page 39 of the same book as before, Armored Corps Verdict Day, The After. Compared to other members, he seems a little younger. He bribes the pilot of a large helicopter to lure out a mercenary with the disguised mission of escorting the helicopter. This is describing what happens in Mission 5-6. Then, while the mercenary engages with regular weapons, he uses his AC to make a surprise attack, only he is attacked back. He was the first Reaper unit to be defeated by the mercenary. Furthermore, it appears that 27 other candidates were killed before his defeat. This number is important to keep a note of when we talk later about Magnolia. As we will see, this rises greatly by the time we get to her part in the Reaper Squad story. And that really is it for N, killed or perhaps better put deleted by the mercenary. As for his armoured core, RIP3-N, it is a lightweight bipedal craft that focuses on getting in close and hitting hard, and it's clear to see this with the craft's loadout, with the AMPMA 239TE pulse machine gun in its right arm, the AUE B08KE shotgun in its left arm, shoulder-mounted Amakumo Model 2, CE heat rockets, and the Kakigori Model 3, TE laser blade in its right bay. RIP3 is a craft of hit-and-run tactics, as while it does not have the armor points to stand there and take hits, its speed should be enough for a pilot to close in, rattle off some shots or missiles, then retreat to cover before coming out again to strike. In this case, the pulse machine gun and shotgun do this very well, and unlike you see me doing here, you should not be hugging your foe. Instead, as I said before, it should be a get in, fire a few shots, and then retreat to cover sort of deal. As for the blade, it is a more risky move, as one missed swing can leave the craft open to be fired upon and take damage. But with enough practice, it's safe to say a pilot could go in with a strike with the blade, and then head off again for cover, and rinse and repeat until a foe is down. K is next. She uses an AC specializing in sniping, attacking from long distances. She is one of the Reapers who was watching Fat Man's mercenary from early on, as seen in Mission 1, and did not think much of them. After supporting the mercenary fighting EGF UNAC forces, which happens in Mission 3, Rusting Steel, it's here K is photographed, and the existence of the Reaper Squad becomes known to the public. Eventually, she recognizes the power of Fat Man's mercenary, and draws the mercenary in with a fake request, creating a one-on-one duel with the mercenary. This again is telling us what happens in Mission 08 Vendetta, and this is where K is killed, or again, better put, deleted. K's craft, the RIP1-K, is a reverse joint AC that, as we said before, specializes in long-range combat, with the AM-SCB 217KE sniper cannon on its right arm, the AM-SRA 217KE sniper rifle in its left arm. These are backed up by the Nidori Model 2, TE pulse gun in its left bay unit, and in its right bay unit is the AUB A04KE rifle. To enhance all this on RIP1 is the Mimonifu Model 2 subcomputer that improves lock-on speed and dramatically improves lock-on speeds of firearms. RIP1 is a craft that does what it says on the tin really. It likes to be high up and far away from its foes to allow the craft to use its sniper cannon to really hit a foe hard, seeing as other weapons can't be used when it's in its ready position. However, should it run out of ammo or be purged because a foe gets too close, it's important to switch to the back weapons of this craft, as while the sniper rifle does do good damage, it's best this craft tries to maintain a medium to long distance to a foe, as while it is more bulky than the RIP3, it does not like to be in close combat situations. Next is D. D has the personality of a veteran soldier. He will do whatever it takes to win, such as showing up with UNACs, and in fact takes this for granted. He checks in on the mercenary and Eric while they are engaging with serious runaway UNAC units, and when it is confirmed Fat Man's mercenary has survived, he provides supports with his AC and Reaper Squad UNACs. This is what we would see in Mission 06, Blue Magnolia. Here he is seen praising the abilities of Fat Man's mercenary before later attacking with UNACs after K is defeated in Mission 08 Vendetta. D's armored core, RIP2-D, is a tank. There is no better way to put it. The craft has a lot of armor points, is slow moving, but packs quite the firepower with weapons like the AUH-B08KE autocannon, the AMCAA-303KE cannon, Sazanami Mark I, KE VTF missiles, and the Kumo Ryo Model 1, KE sniper rifle with the Isonokami Model 2 KE rifle. RIP2, as you may have guessed it, is a tank through and through, and a pilot has to treat this AC as one, pushing into the attack, firing off weapons while taking the fire, hoping the foe dies first, and most of the time with this much firepower behind the craft, RIP2 should be the last craft standing. Once again, not very much is given away about these three, only what can be read on page 38 of the book Armored Core The After, which reads, "I don't know if the plan was successful, but there is no way to prove that they are the same people who existed in the past. All that remains is the code names, which is thought to have been taken from the initials of the person who served as their models. If the ideas they once held are no longer there, they cannot be called human beings, even if their consciousness is the same as the human beings who once existed." We also know, thanks to the workshop space shown in Armored Core Day, that the Reaper Squad base seems to be on a moving train. It is speculated this is a repurposed Great Wall arms fort, since some of the features of the train look the same as the arms fort. It's in this workshop. RIP3 and RIP2 can also be seen along with other units, and it is confirmed to be a Reaper base with the description given to it. This set features a Reaper Squad AC carrier train theme. Yet before I go on to talk about Magnolia, I would like to go back to what was said about these Reaper Squad members being people of the past. We believe Jay's name comes from Joshua O'Brien from Armored Core 4, which would suggest it's from this period where N, D and K would come from too. But this is speculation ground here, as it's never been confirmed. However, to take a guess here, I would like to suggest that K is based off the famous Katsumi Sumika, who, while not seen using a sniper build, the personality of the two seemed to click, with her helping the mercenary her own free will and being rather unimpressed with the skills of a rookie pilot. She is also the only female within this time frame with the name beginning with K. As for N, this one is much more trickier, as we have two pilots with names like this, Nadezhda Droit and the famous Neonidus. It's taken in N's use of close-range combat and age that I would lean more towards this being Nadezhda, as he's only become a pilot near the end of the National Dismantlement War, while Neo is noted to have been an elder, and that his craft, Fevered Flow, specialises in close combat. Then we have D, who could be a range of people from Don Carnell, Dario Empio, and Don Su, to name a few. However, since none of these use tank necks, it's hard to pinpoint. However, it's with the use of UNACs that point me towards Don Carnell being the base, which is why D uses UNACs to win, much like how Don came with his own normal units to win. Again, these are all very much theory ideas here, so do take these thoughts with caution. Finally, to finish this report on the Reaper Squad, we have Magnolia Curtis, once a member of EGF, and then a mercenary who was shut down by Jay years ago. Her time with Fat Man would never calm what he called the darkness inside her, and after meeting Jay in Mission 06 at Blue Magnolia, she would then join the Reaper Squad in the next mission 07 Gravity, feeling she needed to, which would result in Fat Man's mercenary to fight her in the Mission 08 Vendetta, and finally kill her in a final fight in Mission 09 Forgiveness for an Angel. It's here she will tell Fat Man and his mercenary about how she wanted to become just like the Dark Raven, the one who could not be beaten. It's something she wanted to become, a pilot who will never fail again. Magnolia, however, would fall here, and while it's reported her body is not found after the battle, this may be because, like all the other Reaper Squad members, she became a phantasm being to better pilot her armored core, who the Reapers named RIP3-M. After all, N was dead at this point. It also should be noted at this point after Magnolia's death that the Foundation Man would note in the course of this war how he has managed to eliminate 51 candidates, and Magnolia would make 52. So from mission 5.6, when the mercenary met N, the Reaper Squad has taken out more than 15 pilots during this time. But to round this all off, Magnolia's craft, the RIP3-M, is a middleweight high-mobility armoured core, carrying the AUL K29 TE laser rifle, the AUV G39 CE machine gun, and the CE SUJ A28 short-range missiles. This craft is the middle of road to all the Reaper crafts shown, with good armor points, speed, and powerful weapons. If this craft is anything to go by, it's no wonder Magnolia was such a skilled mercenary. The machine gun can be used to keep the pressure on while the laser rifle charges for a powerful hit, and the short-range missiles do wonders to add on damage. With this, the report on the Reaper Squad comes to an end.